Hey, guess what, guys? We beat CNN. Jay, we beat CNN.
Somebody needs to beat CNN.
CNN sucks. Yes, exactly. So CNN is now reporting that the U.S. has indeed seized the Venezuelan-linked oil ship Russia claims to own. So we beat them by like 7 or 8 minutes. So that's good. Now, apparently, Jay, Nolene has sent us a note on the super text line. Would y'all correct the gunner in the window statement to door gunner? The whiny bees in the YouTube chat have their little man panties in a twist. Listen, I'm just reading the super text line. Apparently, and now I didn't say it. This was something that I guess Sam said, where you used the term gunner in the window as opposed to door gunner. And so people are now getting, I guess, in the YouTube chat, who we love, by the way. We love the people in the YouTube chat.
Very, very conditionally.
But for me, it's non-conditional. I love the people in the YouTube chat.
They are a feisty bunch over there.
Mm-hmm. They are feisty. They've got their own culture going on, and I love them. So anyway, so apparently you, Sam, used a term, gunner in the window, that should actually be door gunner. But you've actually ridden in one of these helicopters.
Yeah, MH-6 Little Bird. My uncle was a helicopter pilot in the Army for over 20 years. And they're typically windowless. They like, there's no glass on the side doors.
Right.
And so the door gunner people are referring to is common in the Black Hawk, where there is a big sliding door and a mounted gun. In the MH-6, you get away with putting somebody in the front seat. You don't have to have two pilots for this bird. And there's no window, so you're kind of leaned out, exposed. So he always called it the window, grab the window, careful at the window.
Sure.
That's what he called it. That's what I called it.
My favorite part of the back and forth was the guy said what about tactics?
Someone said, yeah. Oh, two people who never served a day in the military talking tactics.
I'm reasonably certain we weren't talking tactics, because you know what I've always said, Jay? A man's always got to know his limitations. And trust me when I say, for me, that's a lot to know, because I've got a lot of limitations.
I don't know how else you get on a ship in the middle of the ocean when you're trying to seize it.
Right.
And without incident, spilling oil into the ocean.
Yeah, that's exactly. Whatever. Hey, people on YouTube, thank you for listening.
Unless there's a new piece of technology that transports you from the helicopter to the boat safely.
AI is doing incredible things. So maybe it could be whatever. All right, very good. I'm going to move on. But my whole point is we beat CNN by like 7 or 8 minutes. That's the important part. And thank you, by the way, to my friend Snark in the YouTube chat, by the way, who sent me the information that said, no, Daily Mail is wrong. Check this out. So thank you to Snark for helping us out. All right, it is 8:10 on Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. It is a big day in Washington, D.C., because there is going to be a meeting talking about the Somali fraud in what are we calling it? Somali soda. Somali soda is what I'm calling it. And so they're going to bring in 3 Republicans, and these are 3 Republicans that know all about what has been going on in Minnesota. And I'm going to give you some details on that, because I believe, obviously, that Tim Walz and Keith Ellison, Ilhan Omar, all 3 of them have been involved in this. And there's a story this morning that says that Keith Ellison has actually been recorded. Will you see if that's somewhere, Sam? Keith Ellison on tape admitting that he would help cover up the fraud, because that's what Fox News is reporting this morning. But Tim Walz, he was, needs some video here. Tim Walz gave a big speech yesterday, very defiant speech.
And right now, they are hiding behind a veil of innuendo. They're protecting the biggest fraudster in the White House. They are unwilling to acknowledge that January 6th was an insurrection. They are unwilling to stand with Melissa Hortman's children. And I want to tell you this, for those legislators who went and shed crocodile tears at her funeral, shame on you. Shame on you. Her children are asking you to do one thing in her name. It's to tell the president to stop doing this. That shouldn't be that difficult.
So that is Walz, and he's talking about this this accusation, whatever you want to say, that there is a video that went around, and it was a video, and people are saying the video connects Tim Walz to the murder of Melissa Hortman. And so a couple of things. Number one, stop with the January 6th and all that kind of stuff, because I think that is really dumb. But number two, he's mentioning Trump standing with the children of Melissa Horton. Remember, she's the House Speaker, the Democrat that was murdered in Minnesota. So Trump shared a video that tries to connect Walz to her murder. The family is asking that he take it down and apologize. A lot of people are trying to connect the governor to the murder and the Somali scandal. And I said this before, I'm willing to listen to anything, but at this point, I'm not buying it. I'm just telling you, the theory is that the killer went after Horton and her husband after she voted to take away health care benefits from illegal aliens. She knew it was controversial. I believe that she also knew that it was dangerous. She did do it anyway. The suspect wrote a note saying that Tim Walz told him to do it. I don't buy it. By the way, the video, a couple of things. The video said that the killer, alleged killer, was a longtime aide to Tim Walz. The guy was not a longtime aide to Tim Walz. He was someone that Walz had appointed to a governor's board, which doesn't mean anything. So to me, whatever. If there's new information, I'm glad to look at it, but I'm not buying it. Got a lot more from Tim Walz in what can only be described by yours truly as a crying fit is coming up next, as he is very defensive and talking a lot about the Republicans and Donald Trump, doing anything he can to distract from his own epic failures and corruption. All right, so you've got the audio, Sam. I have not heard this, but you've got the audio from Fox News where the accusation is that Keith Ellison knew about the fraud and that he would be willing to cover it up. I've not heard it, so go ahead, play the audio.
The only way we can protect what we have is by inserting ourselves into the political arena, putting our votes where it needs to be, but most importantly, putting our dollars in the right place and supporting candidates that will fight to protect our interests.
That's right.
You can only protect our interests when we have your back, and you don't have to worry about who's behind you.
So that was a unidentified person talking to Attorney General Keith Ellison, and Ellison confirms that's right when it comes to the assertion of protections.
Okay, so can you play it one more time? Because I'm having a. I want to make sure I heard what I heard.
Supporting candidates that will fight, but most importantly, putting our dollars in the right place and supporting candidates that will fight to protect our interests.
That's right.
You can only protect our interests when we have your back, and you don't have to worry about who's behind you.
I see. Okay. And isn't that guy that is talking, Sam, is that one of the guys that was convicted of fraud?
I believe so.
Okay. So basically what the guy is saying is, donations are going to go to the people that are protecting us. That's what I heard. I don't know about you folks, but that is what I heard. And as I've been saying since this whole thing started, Keith Ellison as just as slimy, if not slimier, than Tim Walz. Who do you think is more slimy? Keith Ellison, the Minnesota Attorney General, or Tim Walz?
Tim Walz.
You think Tim Walz? You're going to go Tim Walz?
Yeah, because he publicly says things like this.
For me to ride you like you've never been ridden.
Gross, man.
Yep. Anyway, so Tim Walz, we are playing audio from his. In fact, I think this is part of the audio that we pulled that from, where Tim Walz is going after Republicans, going after state lawmakers as well, as he's trying to blame everybody else for his own problems a day after he dropped out of his run for re-election. Won't resign like he should, but we'll see what the House Oversight Committee finds when they start talking to Republicans today on Capitol Hill.
So look, for Republicans here, I have more energy than I've ever had I am committed to this state more than I've ever been. I love this state with every fiber of my being. I believe we are the best state.
Can I ask this question, though? Like, if you love the state, why did you allow it to fall victim to such fraud? Right? I mean, if you love a state, why would you allow it to ultimately turn into such a fraudulent, corrupt train wreck? Well, it's because he was protecting his own political power and the political power of his party. Because remember what I always say, all of these, roads of corruption lead to the Democrats. That's what's going on here. That is what's going on in California. That's what's going on in Chicago and all of these other Democrat-run cities and states. And that is why Donald Trump we reported on this yesterday, Donald Trump has said, no, you know what? No more funding for you, Democrat-run states, until you can prove to me that our taxpayer dollars is not going to corruption.
Have I been perfect in this? God dang no. I wasn't perfect as a teacher. I wasn't perfect as a coach. I wasn't perfect as a soldier, but I was pretty damn good at all those things.
Were you good as a soldier?
Can't load a shotgun. It wasn't perfect as a coach. His famous flub with sports fans was when he said the team ran a pick six. Like it was a called play. I'm talking about a football play.
A pick six, interception back to the end zone for the touchdown.
Yes,
right?
Except he explained it worse than that. It's like, dude.
What did he say?
He said the team,
ran a pick six?
Yeah, it's something like that. He just totally flubbed the verbiage, and sports fans were like, what?
You don't run a pick six.
You happen upon it.
Yeah, exactly right. You happen upon a pick six. What an idiot. All right, moving on.
I'm good at all those things. And I am committed to getting this right. And I will tell you what, if they think now, game's over for them now. It was all me. I was the bad guy or whatever. Well, put up or shut up now and tell us what you're going to do to make this state better. Answer these tough questions. Quit hiding behind this and expect for the next 11 months for me to ride you like you've never been ridden.
There it is. Do you know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of the Venezuelan president, Maduro, when he was screaming, calling Donald Trump a coward. Remember that?
Oh, come get me.
Come get me, coward. Well, okay, so that's what Tim Walz sounds like right now is Maduro a few months ago when Maduro was yelling at Trump, calling him a coward and saying, come get me. You keep it up, Tim. Keep it up. The investigations are really starting. Well, they have started, but they've got 3 Republicans now coming in to the House Oversight Committee today for the interviews, and they're going to get all the information they need for when Tim Walz and Keith Ellison end up going to testify to that same committee. I believe it's on February 10th.
So, it'd be really funny if criminal charges came from this and they perp walked him. Line his handcuffs with maxi pads. Because then he can't complain about how tight they are.
Tampon Tim.
Republicans want to tell you everybody with brown skin is stealing money or that they're not welcome here. They want to do nothing to improve this state. Their idea of improving this state
is forcing you out of office and arresting you. That is what, can I just say this, though? So he talks about the Republicans and how the Republicans have no ideas how to improve the state. Neither do the people of Minnesota, because they've been voting Democrat for years. They've been voting for Democrats. Now, this it was federal taxpayer dollars that were used in a lot of this fraud. So it has obviously national implications. You and I are ticked off about this because it was our taxpayer dollars that were used in this fraud in Minnesota. But the people of Minnesota, they don't care. Be honest about this. People of California, people of Minnesota, people of Illinois, they're in the news today as well. They don't care about their state because they keep voting for the same party that has been guilty of running these states into the ground. Did you hear what's going on in Chicago? I have so much stuff today. In Chicago, you know what? I'm going to do it at 8:35. Remind me, Sam. I'm going to play audio in the crisscross handoff from a bunch of preachers in Chicago. Write this down. Make sure that I do this with Chris.
I don't even have to. I know exactly what you're talking about.
But yeah, a bunch of preachers in Chicago who are really mad because the Chicago, whoever they are raising property taxes. Wait till you hear what they have to say. That's coming up. But here's more from Tim Walz.
Is being a parrot for Donald Trump, agreeing to everything that he agreed with. Well, here's what I'm going to tell you. It ain't happening. I'm not going anywhere. And you can make all your requests for me to resign over my dead body. Will that happen? I will fight this thing till the very end to make this state better. And the question that I think they need to decide is when did the guy in the White House resign? When does he take accountability for what he did? Because it isn't going to happen here in terms of us shying away from making the state better. So you'll get to see me more. The good news is
The good news is that the more he speaks, the more show prep we have here on Nashville's Morning News. Because you know the thing about Tim Walz, he's such an idiot. He's such a moron that he never disappoints in saying stupid things that we can play on the radio. By the way, you heard him talk about how the Republicans are saying that all brown people are stealing. That's what the Republicans are saying. Not one Republican has said that ever.
This is that I got no election to look forward to. I've been in front of you. I'll call on who I want to call on, and I'll watch what the press gets written, and we'll make sure that in this state there's full accountability for everybody, because I buck stops with me. I'm accountable for this.
So there you go.
That's a contradiction. I'm going to call on who I want to call on, but also we're going to make sure everyone takes accountability. So basically, I'm going to hand select who gets to ask me questions and screen myself, essentially.
Well, yeah, and he's saying the buck stops here. Okay, well, if the buck stops here and you're taking accountability, then you ought to resign. That's what you ought to do, is you ought to resign. I always love how people say, I take responsibility for this. I take accountability for this. But they stay in office. So what exactly does taking accountability and the buck stops here, what does that mean with Democrats? What does that even mean?
Well, and it'd be one thing if it was just fraud for personal use, but we're talking fraud that was sent back to Al-Shabaab, the syndicate of Al-Qaeda.
Yeah.
And he's not taking accountability.
No, and the Democrats, and I know, and you mentioned that. So what we've talked about, what I've reported on, just to give it full context, is people, the Somali community in Minnesota, they're sending money back to Minnesota, or I should say to Somalia, to all of their relatives, the farmers and the shopkeepers. And then Al-Shabaab really acts like a shadow government in Somalia. So they go to these shopkeepers and these farmers and they demand money. So yeah, you've got that money, the remittances, the money that is going from Minnesota to Somalia. Al-Shabaab is getting that money, and then they're committing acts of terrorism with it. And I had that audio from that former UN inspector that watched Somalia's finances. I had audio from him talking about how he's been watching this happen for years, where the money goes from Minnesota and from America to Somalia, and the shopkeepers and the farmers and whatever else they do in Somalia. And Al-Shabaab goes and they shake down these families and these farmers and these shopkeepers. So, yes, it does go to Al-Shabaab. It does go to fund terrorism. Democrats, like it or not, that is what you are voting for. And that is what Tim Walz and all the other people, Ilhan Omar and Keith Ellison, that is what they allowed to happen. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. So that is obviously a song about Chicago. Do you know what I've often wanted? Do you think I'd get in trouble? I need you folks to just theater of the mind, all right? Would I get in trouble if I said, when I say Chicago, if I put a T after Chicago? If I put a T right in there between sh and Chicago, would I get in trouble by the FCC?
I think if you pronounced it ch, you could get away with it.
Like a chit? Like a payroll chit.
Is there such a thing as a chit?
Yeah, a chit. Chit's a real word.
Chit?
Chicago.
Chicago.
I feel really awkward doing that. You know what? It might be too late. Is Jay listening?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Jay, what in the world happened in your last newscast?
Man, I have no idea. This computer went berserk with one of these crappy, your computer is infected things.
What are you downloading back there,
That was
Jay?
my first thought. Is like, what is Jay Harper
No.
doing?
It sounded like what I used to do to my family computer with LimeWire back in the day.
I know, and I couldn't hear a damn thing besides that, so I didn't even know if I was going out or what. But
I did have to cut the feed, and Dan read a spot. And
I knew something was going nuts. But
All three of us
I had to restart the computer in here.
All three of us were impressed with the resolve that you had to just keep going.
And you guys did. I put him in preview while you guys were talking, and I'm listening to him continue with his newscast despite the errant beeps and error messages.
Again,
Just a total pro.
I couldn't tell if it was going out over the. Anyway, it was an absolute chit show. Yes, a chit show.
Okay, just so we're clear, I don't know if we're allowed to do that.
It's a token or a piece of paper.
It's one of those things where we'll ask for forgiveness, not permission.
Damn straight we did.
Jay, I took over your newscast.
Well, I'm glad somebody did because that was just I've never had that happen.
I got a joke. Jay, I took over your newscast like the American military takes over an Iranian-linked oil tanker.
Damn straight we did.
So clearly, we played that Stephen Miller audio earlier, and we've been having fun with it all day long because,
He's a beast.
he is a beast.
He's never going to be allowed back on CNN. You know that, right?
Sam and Jay were making fun of Stephen Miller's voice because it's a little effeminate.
Just a little bit.
Were you surprised when you heard that Stephen Miller was married?
No.
Okay, good. Me either. Anyway, so...
But what? He's got a good-looking wife, too.
Oh, she's a... Yeah.
He outkicked his coverage, as we say.
Oh, people say that about me all the time.
Likewise.
Do they?
Likewise. Oh,
yeah, but all of us. Look at us.
Yep.
For me to ride you like you've never been ridden.
There's also that one that Sam has been having fun with. I got to take that. Did you hear that yesterday?
Yes.
Did you have the same thought I did without saying it because there's kids in the car?
What I thought was I went back to hip hop, Chris, and I just went pause, pause,
Like clip it.
Pause.
All right, very good. All right, let's play. Have you heard what's going on in Chicago?
What that there's a bunch of illegal aliens and crime and murder and handbag theft.
So you got a bunch of these preachers.
Handbag theft.
What, you like that?
Yeah.
They steal handbags all the time. It's like one of the favorite things to steal.
They
in
go into the
Chicago.
designer stores and steal the $2,500 handbags.
Okay. Well, listen, if you're going to steal something, it might as well be worth it.
That's what my grandmother used to say to me all the time.
If you're going to...
She would tell me, she'd say, I swear, meme hand. We loved meme hand. She would say, Chris, if you're going to steal something, you don't go get a candy bar.
Or a pack of gum.
You go to the bank. Okay, meme. Thank you.
All right. You got a bunch of preachers, and they represent, I guess, a bunch of people in Chicago who are angry that they're raising their property taxes.
Yep.
All right. So here's a bunch of preachers.
Poor residents on the west side and south side have been targeted. Unfortunately, this is a blue state, and many of us have supported these elected officials.
The religious leaders point the finger at the Cook County Assessor's Office and the County Board of Review for giving places like Trump Tower a break. Now, the Cook County Assessor, Fritz Kagi, responded with a statement pointing the finger elsewhere, saying, quote, these property tax increases hitting South and West Side homeowners are flat out unfair, and they're the direct result of huge cuts that the Board of Review commissioners gave to large corporations.
So what I love, of course, is that, number one, you know how much money they spent on illegal aliens last year? Billions
right?
and billions of dollars at the city level and the state level. That's number one.
That's what we know about. That's what's on the books.
That's exactly right. Number two, you got all these guys that are like, we supported these lawmakers. Yeah, you did. But how are you surprised that they're raising the taxes? This is what Democrats do. Tax and spend. This is what they do. They're also corrupt. And you guys are the ones that all you preachers, all you faith leaders are the ones that have been prodding your community to vote for these very corrupt Democrats.
Vote blue no matter who.
Vote blue no matter who.
And then when the results come in, act shocked.
$640 million in Chicago, $2.5 billion for the state of Illinois. That is what they've spent. And we've all, I mean, I know you and I have. We've played the audio of those members of the community who are really angry because they brought in all of these. You know what the other thing that they spend a lot of money on, though, in Illinois is
extended magazines.
J.B. Pritzker's buffet table. Oh. There's all that. You see what I did there?
J.B. Pritzker is the kind of guy that eats the bread that soaks up the bacon grease.
Yes.
on the buffet table.
Oh my goodness gracious! You look at Pritzker, you can just hear his arteries hardening as they go along.
You know how the really nice places put out that little, cleansing bowl with the moist towelette.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I feel like he'd mistake that as an appetizer.
He's the kind of guy who breaks a sweat breathing.
Yes, indeed.
What's the point of being heir to a billionaire hotel franchise if you're going to be a, fat, rotund slob like that?
Yeah, dude. Honestly, what are you doing? With the modern advances in science, he wouldn't even have to work out. He could get like the calf implants, the pec implants. He could look like $1 million if he wanted to.
He could take like 3 shots a day.
Yep.
Right? I mean, why doesn't he?
I think he might be starting. He wants to run for president.
He's got to just run.
It's like he
get some exercise, man.
You did not just say that.
Damn straight we did.
Hey, it's a big day. It's a big day for Chris, guys.
Huge day.
It's a huge day for Chris.
Huge day. I'm very excited.
Very excited. Big hype.
Big hype.
What are you doing today?
Getting a haircut.
Yeah.
I came in. I told Dan, I'm so excited. I haven't gotten a haircut since before Thanksgiving, and it's getting a bit untamed.
Sure. Let's see.
You notice if you watch me on the YouTube stream, you know I need a haircut when I start consistently wearing hats.
Sure.
Because look, it's bad.
Yeah, boy, I don't know.
Bad.
I don't know, man.
It's
all over the place.
I came in and I told Dan, and it's like wrong guy to tell.
Yeah.
Because Dan goes, well, I haven't gotten a haircut since Thanksgiving 10 years ago.
That's exactly right. It's been a long time. I haven't had a haircut since Thanksgiving. Do you know when? You know how much money I save on haircuts now?
Tell me.
It's like $100 a year. Because I'd get a couple of haircuts a year, and I'll never forget
inflation haircut prices.
I'll never forget. Has it gone up? Has it?
Oh, yeah.
I used to. Where do you go? Do you go to like a stylist?
No.
Where do you go?
I go to Midtown Barbershop in Murfreesboro. It's based. The guys are great. It's a legit barbershop.
Okay.
Nobody's styling.
You're going to get it?
There's no highlights being given. Although they probably could do it because they're the pros. But
if you wanted frosted tips, they'd do it.
They would.
But they don't want you to ask for it.
I dare you to get frosted tips.
No.
I dare you.
Never.
You know what? A real man is comfortable enough in his skin that he'll get frosted tips. You can frost your beard too, like mine.
Yeah, it's doing it on its own thanks to those kids.
So just so we're clear, I don't have frosted tips in my beard. I'm going gray.
Yeah, me too.
You are going gray.
It's the kids.
It is the kids.
I blame the kids, 100%.
Has nothing to do with aging.
No.
I just find it funny you said going gray, Dan, instead of went.
Oh, jeez, Sam.
Totally gray. What? Shut up.
I mean, you're wearing a gray hat and a gray hoodie. It doesn't really reflect well if you're trying to hide gray.
Listen, that gray marks wisdom. That's what that is. Men who are, back me up on this, Chris. Men who are going gray, that just shows that we've got some wisdom.
We're
wisdom
wise.
being that your kids will stress you out.
I was going to say wisdom and we have kids.
Yep.
Murphy Show's going gray too.
He's only got dogs.
Well, if that's true, Dan, I'm the smartest guy here.
There you go, Jay.
Yeah.
Listen, after your last newscast, you have nothing to talk about.
I know, man. It wasn't my fault, Dan.
By the way, speaking of dogs, I got a funny story.
What happened?
I hope she's not listening.
The dog?
No, my daughter. My daughter has a couple of dogs. And she cannot, for the life of her, figure out why her dog keeps going pee in the house. All of a sudden, the dog keeps going pee in the house. Now, she's got a very small apartment. and the dog continues to go pee in the house. She says, I can't figure out what is going on with this dog. It's never done this before. I said, well, how long has it been going on? She says, about 3 weeks. I said, okay. How long have you had your Christmas tree?
Oh.
This stupid dog has been going pee under the Christmas tree.
Oh,
because
that's not
he
what you're
thinks it's
supposed to put
outside.
under the tree.
This dog urinated and crapped all over their Christmas gifts.
Oh, my gosh.
I was like, I mean, I'm sorry, but I think it's a little funny. So I said, you've got to get rid of the Christmas tree. This was yesterday. I'm talking to her.
I would have advocated for getting rid of the dog.
She loves the dog.
I constantly advocate to get rid of my dogs, and I love them. But we don't have enough time.
You don't have enough time to get rid of a dog?
Get rid of these dogs. Not enough time to love them. I don't have enough love to give.
Okay.
Dan, I'm loved out.
Do you know what I actually told my dog one time, Bandit? You're going to get gnomed. I would never gnome my dog. Christy gnome, right?
Yeah, everybody. I think everybody understands.
Did everybody get the joke?
Why she had to include that in the book, we still don't understand. How that made it past the editors.
I don't know.
And I dragged that mutt to the gravel pit.
South Park had a field day with it.
Did they really?
Every clip that they had her in, she was shooting a dog.
I thought she was DHS, not ATF.
Oh.
You ever seen the T-shirt with the ATF agents? It's like, no, an ATF hand signal.
Yeah.
And every hand signal is like, there's a dog over there to shoot. Shoot that dog. There's a dog right there. Shoot it.
You know, the lead singer of Rascal Flatts had the tips in his hair.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, you could. I think you could rock it. I really.
Mario on the text line said we need to get the likes up so Chris can dye his hair.
Giggity.
I would not dye my hair.
3325 says, you're not a good Christian if you can't find the time to love a dog.
Based.
Once we got to kid number 2, the dogs really became the dogs.
Is this your last dog?
We have 2 right now. We have a chocolate lab and a King Charles Cavalier.
Mm-hmm.
And there is absolutely going to be a long window of time before we ever broach the conversation again once those dogs are.
I love Bandit, especially because he's my last dog. We've already gone down that road, Amy and I. Last dog, love him, don't want anything to happen to him. You know, the best thing that I can say about Bandit, he knows the difference between an indoor tree and an outdoor tree, unlike my daughter's dog. Have you ever heard of that, though? A dog, this is how stupid this dog is, not knowing the difference between an inside tree and an outside tree.
Did she have a real tree? Or was it a fake tree?
It's a fake tree.
Well, it's a very dumb dog.
Because can't you smell it?
That is a very dumb dog.
I thought it was hilarious. And she's like, oh, my God. I can't believe, you're probably right. I said, get rid of the damn tree.
Get rid of it. Throw it out.
Or the dog. But I would never advocate getting rid of the dogs. She's had those dogs for years.
You know, I say that, well, we'll take an extended break when we these dogs go to heaven.
Right.
But I feel like you telling me that you'll never get a dog again, it's a bit of bovine scatology. I think you're too much of a sap. I do. I think that you would have a soft spot in your heart, and it would be a year or 2 after Bandit, and you'd see that puppy.
Do you know who's not a sap? My wife.
There you go.
I see it more going down like you're in retirement and you're lonely and bored throughout the day.
Sure.
And then you see the like an adoption center post a reel on Instagram of like a disabled dog with 3 paws or something and just hits you right in the old man feels.
I'd be the guy that gets the disabled dog. Not that there's anything wrong with a disabled dog.
No, they need homes.
They do need homes. We got to go. What's coming up next, Chris?
We're going to talk all about why you shouldn't get a disabled dog. That's going to be the main topic. No, we'll talk about the boat that was boarded. We'll talk about the Venezuela fallout. We'll talk about Minnesota, don't you know? And we'll also talk about some Maha wins as well.